Sorry, I'm kind of geeking out on the construction. Hello everybody, Randy here, and welcome aboard the Seabee Traveler channel. Hey, today we are going to come out and check out this cool place. It's an old abandoned stagecoach stop. It was used as a resting site for stagecoaches and teamsters that would be bringing stuff from Globe, Arizona to Apache Junction, Arizona. So yeah, this was a cool little spot that I had heard about and wanted to check out. So just after not too far after you pass this cattle guard, it turns into the Tonto National Forest, and there's boondocking out here. You can come out here, camp. You're going to want to go a little bit out though, because you'll see in a little bit that people use a hill up here as a background for target practice. Yeah, there's a lot of like off-road vehicle. In fact, right up here is a huge parking lot where there's nobody here today, doesn't look like, but this is a huge parking lot where they'll come with their trailers to offload their side-by-sides or Rangers, motorcycles, quads. Yeah, and then this road gets pretty busy. There's lots of other smaller roads you can take off of this one. But yeah, this hill right up ahead of us, I don't know if there's anybody out here today, but more than likely there'll be some people up here target practice, and they use that hill as a backdrop. Oh yeah, looks like we have one. Here's the first person I've seen out target practicing today. Yeah, it's still a little bit early. They're out here kind of early. But I think it's probably about 8 o'clock in the morning. So yeah, if you're going to come out here, you probably should come out early, because all these little spots, there's all sorts of little pull-offs that you cross over the railroad tracks over there, and you start shooting in towards the hill, but they fill up. I've been out here a couple times, and it's like just every spot was taken. Oh, here's another one. See? Yep. So it might be pretty busy out here already this morning. And here's another one. It's already 3 that we've seen. And this goes farther back too. You can headed straight toward the superstitions now. You can hear them. You can hear them shooting out there. So the farther out we go, it's a little more camper friendly, but we're getting away from that shooting range. Oh, here's some campers here. Cool. Yeah, there's a big old family there camping. So I would think there's still going to be some... never mind. Hold on just a sec. I don't know what that was. I heard that inside my truck. Man, it sounded like a cannon going off. Holy cow. But like I was saying, the farther away from those hills you go, the more camper friendly it is going to get. But it's just probably maybe people that are out here camping there at the shooting range. So it's not too far up here. But I think it's just up here on the left. It's always hard for me to tell. I think this is where I usually park, but it's so hard to see the trail. I'm not sure if it's here. Take a quick look. Or maybe, no, I don't know. Let me, I think I see a trail there. Yeah, let me get backed up a little bit and then get turned around. Then I'll get packed up, and yeah, we'll find the trail in through here. And I'm ready to get this. Every time I come in here, it's kind of neat. I find little new stuff that I didn't see before. Now here's a good aerial view of these buildings. Just look how overgrown it is. Believe it or not, I mean, it's so close to the road, but some of these trees are 15 feet tall and it's so thick you just can't see it from the road. So I think over time these are just gonna get overgrown and forgotten about. But yeah, that's why I like coming in and looking at this old stuff. I'm glad I saw this. Well, as you can see, it's not the easiest thing in the world to find, but in these bushes are a trail that leads back to this stage station. So let's cut through these bushes and get little, oh man, stickery. Now I didn't find this. I had a friend that on Facebook he posted about this. And as soon as I saw that, I knew I wanted to come out and check it out. I'm gonna duck way down, but so here there were some ruins. I gotta watch out because there's lots of cow patties. But let me see if we can come over here first. Well, you see with all the, I mean, you can just take a look at how overgrown it is back here. And it just rained, so these patties aren't, it wouldn't be good to step in. Let's just say that. So you can see here the construction. This is concrete, and it's got a pretty bad crack there, and it looks like they added a little bit of a cap to this. It's so overgrown. And here's a look on the inside. You can really hear people in the background on that shooting range. A second ago I heard, it sounded like somebody shooting a cannon off over there. Just look how overgrown, and definitely nature is taking over here. Tree growing back through the windows. This stuff is so neat. Back a little bit down the road, probably saw it coming in, was a Corral, which is probably where they kept the fresh horses and fresh mules for the mule trains that would come through here. But this is what's the neat part about this is these like these monolith stone that they have. And I kind of like the detail they have of the mortar. It's squared off. So that's kind of a neat detail for me. I like that. And here's a chimney on the outside of that. Maybe that was a residence. I don't know. Has the door. But I was looking for a better, let me come back over here. I was looking for a better example of something that I noticed. And Here the wall is really come down. It's almost gone, but yeah, maybe here. Oh, here. I mean, we can see right here, there is not a lick of rebar or any reinforcement in this concrete. So it's, that really explains why it's falling apart. And it's, anyways, back to these monoliths. Yeah, I like how they have the detail. Well, they got a little fancy here, a little bit fancy, the double mortar. See, I like that. And what I think these were, was there was a big patio or a big covered like entry or something here where they would pull in. People could come in here, get out of the sun. Check it out, there's one here. It's laying on the ground. And then this is probably where it stood. It looks like the base right here. And here's another part of that same one. And here's another one that's fallen down in all this rubble here. But there's more to this. This isn't the only part. Around here. So I think this was a covered area that you could pull into, get out of the sun. And then over here we have more. Over here we have more monolith. And then we have this building here. So I'm thinking the other building was just look at how this stuff's like walking through a jungle, finding these things just. Oh, look here. They have a big piece of steel coming up through the middle so it would stand upright. And down here, you see the mortar, everything holding it in place, the rocks popping out. There's another one over here. And laying down next to this one. It's just hiding in the trees. Wow, this is so neat. Let's take a look at this building over here. Well, this was probably right. Oh, look. There's more of those monoliths laying on the ground. You know how well you can see it in the GoPro, but right there, some more laying down. And there's one sticking up in the trees. There's something back there. I'm not sure what that. But I think this was. How far down does this go? Oh yeah, this was. This, probably can't see it, but that goes down quite a ways. This might have been a water well or something for the water. This is super dark in here. First time I saw this, I thought maybe this was a jail of some sort. know if the GoPro will pick this up, but looks like it's just concrete slabs, probably a foot wide, just laid across, kind of like I think those are, yeah, they're jointed together. So yeah, they just poured those and then just set them up on top of the roof. And it's all rock and mortar. Look at that. A wood lintel poured into it. Is that a rock? Yeah, that's a rock. Sorry, I'm kind of geeking out on the construction. When I was here before, I wasn't really looking at it that hard. I was just seeing if there's any pictures. But you can see with all the overgrown, it's not a really good place for photography. Oh, here, look. Here's a good view of the roof. They've got railroad ties in between the concrete slab that I was talking about for the roof. Now I see what they did. Now, as moist as it is, moss is starting to grow in the rocks. How cool. Now we're only about, I'd say probably, I don't know, hour and 15 minutes or so. I'm just guessing, from downtown Phoenix. Here's an old water tower, or a water tank. Back here, no, maybe not. Just pretty thick. But what I'm thinking is, and please, if you know anything about this, please correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this was probably a storage room, and it was so thick so it could keep things cooler. But yeah, when I first saw it, I thought maybe it was a jail. And they may have used it for something like that if they were transporting prisoners from Globe, Miami area into Apache Junction, Phoenix area. They may have used that for that. Make our way back through here. Ow. Got poked in the face with a stick. Yeah, this monolith really stands out to me. It's got a bigger base. It's a little different than all the other ones, so maybe you could sit out here, like a little bench area. Yeah, that's really neat. Well, I think that's gonna do it. It's not a big area, but it has history. When I first took some pictures out here, I posted it onto like a group that I was in, and somebody had mentioned that it was a stagecoach station from Globe area to Apache Junction, and this was a rest site for that here. I'm thinking as the railroad was made through here, it kind of made this stage station irrelevant. So just kind of abandon it. I don't think there's anything else back here. There's a corral maybe we'll stop at as we're heading back. But yeah, this is all just really overgrown back here, and this is the direction towards the corral and the windmill. So I'm gonna head back to the truck and then see if we can't make our way back to that corral. All right, here we are back at the road. Oh, I took a little bit of a different route. So here's back of the truck. All right, just a little bit, it's a little bit too far to walk, so I'm gonna drive down there and park. All right, well, here's an aerial view of the corral I was talking about. I think they did use this back with the stage station, the stage stop, but it looks kind of well maintained, so I'm sure over the years they used it for different stuff. And the gate, you can see it looks like it's still used a little bit. Yeah, but it's still pretty cool, and I still think it had something to do with the stage stop in its earlier days. All right, let's see if we can't take a quick look at this corral. There's not much to see, an old windmill. So on the way to Superior and back and forth from Superior to or Globe to Apache Junction, they would have to have spots to rest the mules and to get more fresh teams put together and keep the train going. I like this tree. That's a cool looking tree. It looks spooky. And this, yeah, so the windmill would have pumped water into here. I don't know how old this is. I see some sort of wiring here. So at some point they just switched over and got an electric pump. Reminds me of when I was a kid out in the desert. We put up a windmill for water. Pretty nice. I couldn't ask for more perfect weather. It's probably 60 degrees, not a cloud in the sky. But yeah, I think that's about it for this corral. I just kind of wanted to show you a little bit, give a little perspective. All right, well, that's going to do it from the Hewitt Station stagecoach stop and corral. I really enjoy looking at these old things, and I hope you enjoy them just as well. So I'm going to sign off, and just remember, never say goodbye. Always see you later.